Well, tonight, a disabled woman is fighting to get her SSI payments now restored.
Yeah, she's a cancer survivor and transplant recipient, but lost her supplemental security income eligibility last year. And with nowhere to turn, she called WAT 6 News Side consumer reporter Don Dare.
You know, when we first talked with her last month, she had no power or water. But fortunately, recently, she's gotten a little help in that part anyway.
Good.
Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, pays benefits to disabled adults and children who have limited income. To receive SSI, generally you need the help of a doctor and an attorney to prove your case. Once you begin receiving payments, your case is redetermined about every 6 years. It took several years for Melissa Grubb to get her benefits of only $700 and some a month. Then 12 months ago, she lost her benefits. There's no power in here.
No, that's my bottled water.
It was not only dark in Melissa Grubb's home, she depends on bottled water because at the tap, water was turned off months ago. So was the power. She couldn't pay either bill. Her source of income, SSI payments, has been cut off. Ms. Grubb, a kidney transplant recipient and cancer survivor, owns her trailer.
It is miserable at night, miserable. I mean, it just so, you can't even hardly sleep, you can't hardly do nothing.
This 1998 newspaper article heralded the gift of life Melissa had received from her former husband, who donated his kidney to her.
I have real bad infections because my immune system, since I had my organ transplant, I catch any kind of little common cold, any kind of infection.
At the time of this interview last month, it had been 1 year since Melissa last received her SSI check, Supplemental Security Income. Beginning September 1st of last year, her monthly $735 disability check was cut off, according to this letter from Social Security.
They stopped my check.
Why?
They didn't ever tell me why.
Melissa said she doesn't understand the process and appeared before a Social Security administrative judge early last year with no attorney or doctor to represent her. According to this July 2017 report, the review of her disability found that she was able to work, to hold a significant number of jobs, it said. The review said Ms. Grubb's impairments of a post-kidney transplant, history of malignant melanoma, and mild intellectual limitations did not prevent her from performing light work.
And I fall, and so I usually sometimes have to walk with a cane. I have had to walk on a walker before.
Melissa says if someone hired her, most of the time she'd be calling in sick, unable to work.
It was right here.
A year ago, Nina Rouse, whose esophagus and part of her colon were removed, told us a similar story.
They cut in here to take out, I think, to take out part of the esophagus. They had to cut into my back as well.
Nina showed us a book filled with her medical documents describing her illness and limitations. After nearly 5 years of hearings and doctor visits, Social Security granted her total disability in 2013. But following a routine review in August of last year, her benefits were cut, Social Security saying she was able to work. Then, after a review of her appeal, Social Security decided she was disabled and her benefits were restored.
What did they tell you at Social Security?
They told me I have to refile again.
Melissa has contacted Social Security several times requesting her case be reconsidered. She said she's been told another hearing will be needed to support her disability claim. But oddly, this letter from Social Security 2 months ago says she's entitled to monthly benefits as a disabled individual.
Now it's miserable. It's miserable. I don't even want to be here. Kind of feeling, and this is my home. This is not the way I should have to feel.
Since first talking with Melissa last month, she's received an energy assistance allowance from CAC, but she's not turned on her air conditioning unit. You got your power back on.
Yes.
But you have a fan. Why is that?
Because I don't want to run my bill back up where I'm not able to pay it.
There's still no water in the home, but with food stamps, she's able to keep a small stock of staples in her pantry.
Without benefits, I'm just really struggling. I'm trying to get out here and do what I can, but my leg has been swelling up.
Melissa says physically she hurts and emotionally she's a wreck.
I'm fighting for my life. There's no other way of saying it, sir. I feel like I was really done wrong.
It's been 1 year since her last supplemental security check arrived. Now, we contacted Social Security last month and we were told they're investigating the case. Melissa says she is unsure how to navigate a complicated system of refiling for benefits. She was told it's best for her to hire an attorney, someone who knows the system. Right now, however, she cannot afford an attorney. And Kristen and Bo, Melissa's case is somewhat similar to the one we heard earlier, Nina Rouse, but Nina had all that support system to help her, and she eventually got her benefits, but unfortunately Melissa has none of that support.
Right.
Oh, this breaks your heart.
It really does. It really does. We'll keep a good thought on it. You'll keep us posted
Yes.
too. All right.
Right,
Thank you
Don.
so much, Don. You know, if you have a consumer question for Don, send him an email at ddare@wat.com or call his 6 on Your Side hotline. The phone number right there on your screen, 865-633-5974.